What are some big like do's and don'ts for your rotaries? Yeah,
Yeah,
I adolescent me was victim to flooding my RX-8 quite a few times because
yeah. You didn't warm it up
I
and
did
just
not. I was, yeah, I was probably drunk or high. I don't know which
I've
one.
heard you have to like cut them off hot.
You do, you do.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Like usually, like I don't. If I'm gonna move my car a few feet, I let it warm up, move it, and then once it was warm up, that's when I will shut it off.
Hmm.
You always want to do that. You always want to make sure it's warm up before you start beating on it.
Yep.
So that's why like RX-8s, you'll notice they're limited from factory. Like you can't beat on them until they
Till you
fully
get the tip.
reach up.
Yeah.
Yep. That's one good thing that Mazda did for them. Premix, we just talked about that. Always
Hmm.
premix. Um, let's see, regularly beat on it, right? Like, don't just baby it. They like to rev high. They're designed like a racing engine, so at least once, every time you drive it, at least once you need to get on it and rev it high.
You bounce it off the limiter. Let's
And
Damn
yeah,
right.
go.
God
the
damn.
most important thing is like get familiar with it,
Yeah.
right? Like a lot of people get a car and then just like get it and they don't do the research
Yeah.
and they don't find out that they needed to do something until it's real late. The don'ts will be like don't shut it off. Like if you're gonna move a few feet, don't shut it off right there.
Don't be a Chad, everybody. Don't
Yeah,
do it.
don't treat it like any other engine. Don't treat it like your piston engine because then
Yeah.
you're gonna be like, well, I do this in my Silverado. It's like it's not a Silverado, man.
Nope.
Like they're different. Don't overheat it. Like if something's wrong, and you see that needle going up, pull over, in a safe area, and then have a buddy pick you up, and then pick it up later or tow it. But if you are a few minutes from your house and you try to push it, that might be your whole engine there because you just overheat it. And then don't cheap out. Don't
Yep.
be cheap. Like they don't like cheap parts. They don't like cheap oil. I usually use the Valvoline BR1 2050 on mine. Before that, I used Castrol GTX 2050. It seemed to work for me. But this BR1 is way better.
Okay.
And it's also not that expensive. So
Nice.
just run the right oil for your location, and then you'll be good.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah, man. Hear that, guys? Your rotary's not unreliable. The owner's
It's you.
unreliable.
It's
It's
just
you.
you.